Put on. Okay, done. All right. Thanks, James. Okay, so firstly, welcome everyone to Marvel Monday. And thank you for coming on time, right? And today, actually, we're going to have like a BOP session whereby we introduce a little bit about the company, about the product. And I have also invited my guest speaker, Chin Hua, whom I actually know on a trip, right, to Hong Kong. And he is actually from KL. So this evening, we are having an international Zoom over here. Okay, so without further ado, please allow me to share on the slides. Okay, can everyone see the slides? Okay, not yet, right? I think I haven't shared screen. Okay, I think it should work right now. Can everyone see the slides?
Good. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Can you put it on slide at least?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Like that? All right. Okay, great. Let me just get this done. Okay, before I start sharing, I always like to start with the disclaimer, right? That LifeWave products are lifestyle products and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. So always consult with a physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new treatment, product use, diet, or fitness program. All content is created and published online for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice and should not be relied on as health or personal advice. Success stories are anecdotal and based on personal accounts, viewpoint, and opinion rather than researched facts. So one person's results do not reflect what other people may experience. Basically, is to say that, our body is really unique and each of us will take its own time. Yeah. So, okay. So why LifeWave, right? So maybe a little bit about myself before I start. So my name is Alice. I'm actually in Singapore and I have used the LifeWave products for around 2 years-ish right now. So for me professionally, what I do is I'm a leadership trainer and executive coach. Yeah. So I chanced upon this product through Lawrence, who is actually currently online right now. So I'm always pretty open to direct sales products because I have experienced many of them, many of those big names as well, right? Which I have enjoyed, and I always felt that direct sales products are very unique, very targeted, and very good. But why LifeWave, right? Like I said, so for products that are good, what I normally do is I just become a user lah. So I just use them, for my own needs. But for me to want to spend some time this evening to share with you about LifeWave, it has got to be more than the product that interests me, right? So I would like to start with the company itself. So one of the things that really attracted me is LifeWave is a technology company, right? And the other word that really interests me was also the part about wearable technology. So for me, I felt like interesting. What is a wearable technology? You know, I have always felt that, like me being a coach, I've always believed that my body itself, a human body itself, is already very intelligent and it's unique and it's a very powerful type of technology already. And right now there is a wearable technology. So that is something that really interests me. Right. And also it says tap into, right, the body's natural energy and rebalance the flow for body system. So it talks about healing process from within, which also speaks to my belief that my body can heal itself, given the right nutrients, the right space and time. Yeah. Okay. And then when we talk about a company, we must talk about the leadership, right? So first person I really want to speak about is David Smith. So he's the CEO, he's the founder, he's the inventor. And through my experience and hearsay in direct sales industry, I slowly learned that it is not to be taken for granted that organizations actually have founder, CEO, and inventor to as the same person. So apparently there are companies with also really good products. They mentioned about OEM, right? So it's those that you actually have third parties and all that doing it, but to have the founder, the inventor, and the CEO to be together apparently sounds pretty rare. Yeah. So before he's actually a CEO of LifeWave, he's actually a doctor of science and technology, right? He's also in the International Hall of Fame of Inventors, right? So he's an inventor right at the start. And he's also involved in US military's Project 20 in 2001. I'm actually very curious about David. So the truth is this, I haven't met him personally. So far, I've heard so many people talking about him, which actually interests me in signing up to go for this year's 20th anniversary to see him in person. So when I do see him in person, I will come back and share with you my own personal experience, right? Something that he said that is also interesting. If we were to go back 20 years, the subject of age reversal was thought to be science fiction. It's like, how can that even be possible, right? But we have already experienced the amazing part about human development and also the development of the brain and the technology. It's almost like just like 20 years ago, did I believe that I'll be holding a smartphone? Everyone is holding a smartphone, right? When we were like right back in the age of Nokia. So another thing is that this organization has 130 plus patents. So what was curious for me is like, one not enough, meh? Must have 130. How come? So I realized that there is a lot of effort put into the research onto this, and to get 130 plus patents, as I know, is not easy. And our pattern is utility pattern, which actually do mention that upon wearing our patch, there is the activation of stem cells. So that itself is written in the pattern, which I will show you later when I speak about the product, yeah? So on the company again, so they started their R&D already since 2002. So firstly, they are invented for US Navy SEALs, so for military purpose. So in my point of view, when it's for Navy and it's for military, I'm sure they take that very seriously, right? Because it's a serious price to pay in that sense. Secondly, it's being funded by Irish government. So I'm also curious, why does the government actually want to fund a direct sales kind of a company, right? And when I ask a few people, this is what I hear from them, is also that Ireland is actually going into, I mean, they have a big aging population. Like almost one in every four is about 60 years old and above. So they do see this, as something that could be of support, to their aging population. And also LifeWave has got its in-house manufacturing, yeah, in US. Okay, so very quickly. So that was the leadership and the company. And let's talk a little bit about a product. So what is it about the LifeWave product, right? That, and does it live up to the hype written here? So for that, we have got to talk about X39. Actually, this one is very interesting, this page. Need to spend a little bit of time on it, especially for Isabel and Pili, okay? Right, our newbies. So firstly, they
Yeah,
already
thank you.
started their R&D 2002, right? And it's actually meant for the Navy, like I said. So the first patch that is being invented is energy enhancer. Like I mentioned just now, David is an inventor. So he invented the submarines that can be underwater like for 20 hours or 30 hours, but the human being cannot. So the first patch is actually to be patched on the human beings, whereby, the Navy SEALs, right? Whereby upon patching, in 5 minutes time, you increase 20% of your energy so that they rely less on caffeine. Yeah. And again, on 2005, right? In terms of like the army and all, there's definitely pain in war. So there is the ice wave for pain relief, as well as silent night for better sleep at night. So when I look at this chart, what always inspires me is the part whereby it's not just inventing a product, right? It's about inventing a product that can cater to current times and at the same time thinking about future times, right? As I know, X39 came out in 2019, right? But the research already long back into like 20 years ago. So for me, is being inspired and impressed by David's ability to cater to what is happening right now and to be in alignment with the world's development, and as well as foreseeing what's going to happen in the future, given what we are currently doing, and having products that will cater to that. So to continue on that, there is the manufacturing boom, industrial revolution. So 2006, we have glutathione that helps us to detox on the heavy metals. So upon patching glutathione in 24 hours, is 300% of increase of glutathione in our body, right? And then there is the rise of the fast food industry. So we have the SP6 that actually helps us in the hormones and also the hormone balancing. And 2008 financial crisis, so a lot of stress, like we said. So carnosine actually in 10 minutes helps to bring down our nervous system, so into parasympathetic nervous system. Yeah. And also chemicals being found in cosmetics, found in our cord blood. So in 2015, that David actually invented Alavida, right? That is natural. And as many of us would have seen in Ting Long's face-to-face session, that our night cream can even be eaten, right? So 2019 is our breakthrough product, right? We are not talking about just anti-aging. We are talking about reverse aging, whereby 8.5 years younger in 6 months of patching X39. Okay, so that has got the studies as well. Okay, so what is aging, right? Aging, simply put, degeneration, right? That can possibly lead to maybe disability, aches, or pain. Stem cells also will age and will also die, right? So this one gives you a very vivid, pictorial experience of the amount of stem cells that we have in our body right now. So baby is like 100%. So it depends on your age, right? You can see the number of stars that are still blinking right now. So I am 51 this year. So I'm going towards the 60 plus years one right now. So which is why you notice that I am very diligent in using X39. So when we talk about stem cells, what really is the purpose of stem cells? Why do we need them? Because the stem cells can actually turn into the nerve cells, the intestinal cells to help us repair. So it's almost like a joker card in a deck of cards that can represent, that can help you turn into something else that helps in the body recovery. And since stem cells is so important, we know that, under regenerative science recently, right, a lot of people are looking into stem cells regenerating our body, and maybe, in time to come, the new leg or a hand, right? And then let's take a look at where is the source of stem cells coming from. So the first one, as we notice, right, is invasive, right, the stem cell injection. Or there is the second one, there is the plant and the animal stem cells, right? But as we know, actually the best stem cells comes from us, ourselves, which is why I suppose when I gave birth to my 3 boys, each time the doctor will ask me to, to donate or to collect for the cord blood bank. So best is our own source of stem cells. So what's the future? Medical technology, right? So like we mentioned, how stem cells can actually help to repair the tissues and our organs that are damaged. So introducing X39. Sorry, I'm just hearing some background sound. So can someone, so just please make sure that you mute yourself. Okay, thank you. stem cell patch, like I mentioned just now, it has got more than 130 patents, over 80 clinical studies. So if you are someone who is very analytical and you need information, you can go into the LifeWave website and go under science to check this out in detail. So 20 years of development and over 80 clinical studies to come up with X39, which is why I said it's not just current needs, but catering to future needs. So what is X39? What X39 does is it elevates copper peptide. So this is something that I learned that is new for me, when I actually come into LifeWave, then I learned this powerful thing, and that it activates stem cells. So this is actually from the National Library of Medicine. Yeah. So what does it say about copper peptide? What does it actually do? What does it do for us? It resets our genes to a younger, healthier state. It has also been found to process self-protective actions, such as anti-cancer activities and anti-inflammatory actions. So simply put, DNA repair, activation of cell cleansing. So as the GHK copper peptide repairs our genes, you will notice, right, that wound healing become faster. You look younger, and that there is more elasticity on the skin, firming as well. So it is almost like tuning a piano, right? Or like sending the car for servicing, so does our body. This is the one that I mentioned, right? Okay, this is one copy over here, but whereby you can also see it in the pattern itself that the X39 patch elevates the copper peptide for activation of stem cells. Okay, so just a little summary on this. At the end of the day, this is a wearable technology, non-drug, which means you don't have to swallow any pills, right? Take in anything into your body, non-transdermal, so nothing enters your body, and is non-invasive. And David says this, LifeWave is unique because it is the only phototherapy product in the world that uses the human body as its own power source. And how does X39 work? So these patches reflect very specific wavelengths of light that stimulate the surface of the skin, right? The body heat will actually activate the crystals inside the patch. The patch will reflect the light, stimulate the skin to reduce inflammation almost immediately. So many of us have experienced that in face-to-face sessions, whereby we put our patches of X39 of Aeon, whereby the level of pain can be increased within seconds, like to 50% or more than 50%. So that's very amazing. So if you have not experienced that before, actually can speak to the sponsor in how it can actually help people who are in pain. Yeah. So David says this, that he came up with a way of manufacturing nano scale crystals and embedding them into a patch. So you realize that our patch all looks like that, right? This white piece, but they have got different purpose depending on the way the nanoscale crystals are being embedded. All right, now we talk about the testimonial. Before I go on the testimonial bit, I just want to check in. Is everyone okay? Yeah, so Sheila, you put up your hands.
I said it's okay. No questions so
No
far being
questions so
asked.
far. Okay, I hope that no question is not that because it's so boring that you're sleeping.
I think it's just a lot
Okay.
of information, so I think it's just absorption.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to share something because this is hot from the stove. Let me see if I can open this up. I actually would love for the person to come and share this testimonial, but she's on the way to the airport.
Ooh.
Okay, can you see this? Can? Okay, right, Sheila? I can't hear you, Sheila. Are you muted?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
see it, but it's a bit small. So I think at the side it does say what it is. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let me just kind of mention. So this is actually a medical report, right,
Mhm.
of one of our brand partners. Okay, so in July 2010, she did a surgery to remove cyst, right? And at the same time, the doctor mentioned that her right fallopian tube is infected and irregular in size,
Mm.
right? And then, okay, although it's the doctors say this, right? But the doctors say that there is nothing very much that she needs to do yet, right? It's just kind of keep in view. Yeah. So 2 years later, yeah, this is 25th of May 22, visited a gynae again, fallopian tube starts to swell, right? And the size is 6.9 cm, and the doctor gave, according to her, very strong antibiotics. So actually, Sheila, you and I will know this lady, lah, huh? But she is somebody that doesn't take antibiotics, Panadol, and so to her, I mean, she researched a little bit on it. She says this is very strong antibiotic, so she didn't want to take. She felt that she has trust in the body. She just want to monitor and see how it goes. And that is also when, she started using, our patches, right? So on 4th August 22, the right, if I hope I pronounced this correctly, hydrosalpinx. Is that correct, Sheila?
Yeah. A bit right.
Hydrosalpinx is stable, right? And the size
South
is 7.24 cm. As I understand from her, hydrosalpinx is actually like the liquid inside the fallopian tube, right?
hydrosulfing.
Oh,
Thing.
hydrosalpinx.
Thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hydrosalpinx, yes, that is the liquid that's inside the fallopian tube. And the doctor suggested to do surgery because just in case that, it can actually rupture, and as a result, then the body will be filled with toxins, right? But then again, like I said, when she started using our patch already that time, I think not yet, August 22nd. I think it's possibly 22nd, 23rd, 24th. It's probably only, November that she started. Okay, so she started, let's see, she put here, after 2 years patching, plus regularly doing CRP. So sorry, I think she has a spelling mistake here. Is doing CRP, which is a cellular regeneration protocol. Don't worry about that. If you want to know more, you can ask your sponsor or the person who brought you here. So since November 23rd to February 24th, that is just a couple of months, she completed 3 times of CRP, right? And following is the result. 22nd Feb, which is why I say this is 4 days ago, right? Just hot from the stove. That there is a reduction in size of the right hydrosalpinx, which is right now, the size is actually 3.4 cm. Amazing, right? I mean, she called me, immediately on the 22nd, and she says that this is so amazing because she did this without any medication, right? Just simply on our patches. So I felt that, since I'm on Zoom tonight, I just want to make sure I have this opportunity to share with all of you. Thank you. Okay, so by the way, before I actually start with Chinhua, right? I think some of you will be asking me, I wonder, whereby, okay, so she did the CRP 3 times. Then the rest of the 2 years, what patches did she use, correct or not? Right? So I already asked her. She said that she uses X39 and X49 every day, but on the right fallopian tube area, she will change every day, either one day Aeon, one day glutathione, one day carnosine. So X39, X49 plus one of the other one that is on the fallopian tube area itself. So this is what she used. All right. Thank you, and thank you for your patience in having me go through a lot of information that Sheila say. So I really want to start tonight's session with Chinhua. So Chinhua, do you want to start by introducing yourself a little bit?
Hi everyone, my name is Chinhua and I am from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So I had been trained as a pharmacist in England and I practiced about 15 years before I hang up my white coat, my white lab coat. right? So in the midst of the career, I found actually a lot of joy at the beginning. But towards the end of my career, my fulfillment actually just dwindled because the intention of me being a pharmacist is to actually help people. So if you all are not familiar with what a pharmacist does, we are actually the advisors to doctors in terms of medical and drugs that's been prescribed to patients. So from there, I saw a lot of my patients that comes in to get regular medicine. They look like they are getting more and more sick. Yeah, they don't look healthy. They don't look happy. So I thought it was time for me to embark on a different journey. And I went into wellness actually because of my own health as well. So I did a very short testimonial sharing with James last year. So if you guys want that recording, you can go to Jin Long's YouTube channel and look for my testimonial. Okay.
Wow,
So,
hey, can you give us an idea what's the date? Because Jin Long, there's like a lot of testimonial. Like
okay.
around, what's the date?
Okay. Maybe later I dig it out and then I put it in chat box inside here.
Okay,
All right. Let
thank
me
you.
yep. Okay.
All right. Okay. So the thing is this, like I mentioned just now, right? So I met you, Chinhua, actually in Hong Kong on our incentive trip. So I was just very curious about you because when you say that you were an ex-pharmacist and that right now you are actually full-time in LifeWay. So what tickles my curiosity is this, right? Because Jin Long, we know he's 20s, right? You know, 20s, you got a lot more chance to take risks, lah, right? Not? It's where you can play, you can test it out, right? But for you, right, like which is why purposely I asked you just now, hey, how old are you, right, Chinhua? Because it's like when we are at a certain level in a certain industry, it's not such an easy choice, right? To just like, let me just switch. Because there is a lot more I need to let go,
Yep.
right? And there's a lot more I need to relearn, right? So I'm just curious about what motivated you to join this specific network market industry full time. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Very good question, Alice. So the thing is that I reached a point where my career actually too. Okay. So the thing is that when you have no direction or you don't just feel like waking up in the morning to go to work, but you drag yourself out of bed, you know that something is wrong. And I've been doing that for a long, long time, many, many years. And my health was affected quite badly also. Yeah. So in my sharing, I actually just briefly about what my health challenges are. I was pre-diabetic for 10 years. Yeah, I didn't take care of my diet. I was an alcoholic. Yeah, like I would drink every single day. I would pass out sometimes. And it's all due to that dissatisfaction of my job. Although the money wasn't too bad. Again, I'm talking about 5 figures in Malaysia. It's comfortable. But at the end of the day, I ask myself, what am I doing after this? All these years, right? Because that fulfillment of mine comes from helping people to get well. Yeah. So that's why I actually entered into the wellness industry because of my own health first. I needed an answer because I didn't want to start on long-term medication that doctor kept asking me to take diabetic pill, and my liver was inflamed. So there are a lot of my gut was affected. So there were a lot of things that actually came to a point where I have to decide what should I do, right? I was at the crossroad. So the best thing that I could actually decide for myself is to change that entire environment that was toxic to me, right? So that switched my entire mindset. Yep, it was a bold switch, but I told myself that if I don't do it now, I'll continue to go down that spiral downward, right? And it's very dangerous because that is the starting of the depression stage, right? So then I got out of it. It took me quite a while to clean my entire system up. It took me about 2 years. Yeah. So I changed my diet, I changed my lifestyle, I changed everything. Yeah. So
So okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for opening up and being vulnerable, right? In front of like 58 people.
yeah,
57
yeah,
people. So
people here. Yeah.
so I just want to, so I'm just curious about this. So given that, okay, so you wanted to change the environment, firstly, and do something with your health, but there are so many different companies and products out there,
Mm.
right? So why did you choose LifeWave?
Okay, I tested out a lot of wellness products. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm not very open to direct selling companies because of the way I
Mm.
was trained in university. All right, it
Mm.
was all medication, drugs. You have a problem, you take that pill, it goes away, right?
Mm.
So that's why when I actually tested out a lot of different supplements technology for my own health, it actually kind of helped. So that's where I
Mm.
dig deeper inside to see what else is out there, right? I can tell you that my consumption of supplements alone, in the past 2 years, is about 1,500 ringgit per month. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
that's
Wow.
pretty high. That's pretty high. So because I wanted to see what's in the market and I needed to get well. So if I don't have
Mm.
the help, I don't have the energy to go and work.
Mm.
Yeah. So then I chanced upon life. Actually, a few of my friends actually told me about it, but it never really registered to me. But I went to study it. I went to really look into the technology, and I just wanted to see what else is there that can actually help people in terms of not, ingesting.
Ingesting. Mm.
Yeah. So when I actually went into it and I did research on David Smith and all that, I was very, very curious, just like you did. Very curious because it's 20 years ago when this technology was developed, the first product, energy enhancer. And the story is just amazing. It wasn't developed for sick people. It was
Mm.
for fit armies, right? So then the company evolved and it went into the network marketing direction. And I thought, wow, amazing. Yeah. So if 10 years ago you told me about this opportunity, this technology, this product, I would say, no, it's nonsense. But now I'm so open up because I wanted to get well myself for a very selfish
Mm.
reason, right? So then I can take care of my family. Yeah.
Mm.
So without
Wow.
that, cannot. Yeah. So that's why
Mm.
I went deeper into it. And I can tell you that the amount of people that I have actually recommended the patches to, right? And I see the results of them and the fulfillment comes from here. When they come back and they say, thank you, right? You saved me so much hassle. You saved me so much problems of taking long-term medication that could never actually resolve my problem.
Mm.
Yeah. So that is the fulfillment that I saw. And I thought to myself, wow, this is what I was searching for. Just that
Wow.
along the way, I did not actually have the opportunity because I wasn't open. Yeah.
Mm.
So to
Wow.
people that are actually started using or just be open about it, and when your mind is positive and receiving, the results are going to be better and faster. That is the truth.
So this is like the right place and the right time, lah.
Right place, right times, openness, different mindset.
You
Yeah.
know what you share with me just remind me, right? Like for people who are looking for a partner in their life, they always say that, right? If you are not being open, you can have 10 good people who walk past you and you still nothing happens.
Agree. So it all starts from us, right? Whether
Mm.
it's a product, whether it's friendship, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So what goals or aspirations that you might have, right, for your involvement in this industry?
Okay. Very good question. You see, when I look at how the Americans and the Europeans doctors do it, they
Uh,
look at wellness as an integrative medicine. Okay.
mm,
Integrative medicines mean that they actually couple Western medicine together with wellness products to help their patients to heal even faster. I think
mm,
that direction is amazing because I've been looking for something like this, just that I didn't know where to start.
mm,
So when I studied the doctors that are using LifeWave, they're promoting LifeWave product, I actually understand why are they doing it. It's not to just make money, it's to really let their patients benefit from their therapy. Yep. So this is the direction I would like to go into. And I think LifeWave community in Singapore, Malaysia, people that I know have a
mm,
very strong bond, right? Because we cannot do it alone. And I think this group of people, this committee will attract even more younger generations, hopefully, yeah, in future, and people that are experienced enough to talk about and also promote LifeWave in a different manner. Yeah, because
mm,
this industry, when I look at it in a different angle, is beautiful because anyone can do this. Anyone can do
mm,
this. Anyone can share. Yeah, you don't have to be a doctor to share about LifeWave. Yeah.
mm.
it can be anybody. So it's amazing.
So
Yeah.
so I'm just curious, so Chinhua, how do you share? Because so for example, given your past experience, right? And of course the skills and the strength that you have. Um, and I'm sure there are people who are like me or that's on the Zoom right now who is thinking that a lot of people will be asking, hey, if I'm on this medication, can I use this patch? How does this patch is going to affect with whatever that I'm currently going through or the treatment I'm going through, right? What would you say to that?
Okay, very good question. So the thing is that for LifeWave products, the disclaimer is that it's not meant to cure or treat any diseases. Only pharmaceutical companies can make such medical claims. Okay,
Claims.
so yeah. So when they are on long-term medication, for example, cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, okay, so that medication continues and you add the patches on top of what you are doing right now, right? So 3 months, 6 months down the road, the best way to monitor this is to do a blood test before and after. Then let the doctor decide whether to cut the dose or to cut some of the medications that you are taking, right? Because logically speaking, when we look at it, when X39 can actually stimulate the stem cells production of our body, right? All our internal organs are made of stem cells. Yeah. Logically speaking, if your stem cells are healthy, your organs will start to function healthier. Yeah. That's why there are research papers on this, why stem cells is the future of medicine. Yeah.
Okay, that's very okay. So let me just summarize that a little bit in layman terms for my own understanding as well. So what you're saying is that for people who are on long-term medication, right, it would also help themselves, right, in knowing whether this works for them, in like starting to go on a blood test, see what is your blood test results, kind of like my friend just now, right? Like, having the medical. And then after that, when you start to use, let's say a couple of months, 3 months and all that, then go for the blood test again.
Yep.
And then notice what is the difference.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So because we are actually the best way to monitor our health is to do a blood test every 6 months or 1 year, every single year. Yeah. So then we know what medicine we are taking. Is it helping us or not? Because I know a lot of people, especially in Asian countries, how they do it is that they can be taking cholesterol tablets for 10 years and not do a medical check. So actually they don't know what they are actually taking it for.
Yeah. And I noticed that maybe it's a lot also coming from fear, the fear
Yes.
of if I don't take, what's going to happen, right?
Correct.
So I'll just continue to take. And it doesn't mean that the cholesterol conditions are better, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some.
Right. So that's why where I used to practice in England, right? The protocols are very strict one because it's paid by the government. So every year you're required to go for a medical check. Yeah. To see whether the medicines are right for you or not. If not, you need to change. Yeah, whether to add on or to remove. So that's why in Malaysia the practice is very, very loose. So you can go into a pharmacy and buy medication and people self-medicate. That is the big problem. Yep. So this public awareness is actually up to younger generations to see how they want to promote health in a different way.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's very powerful. Well, that's very powerful. I mean, just speaking to you for that couple of minutes, it makes a lot of difference. I mean, for me to also understand, right? Because I also belong previously, without being in this, it's almost like, go and the doctor says this, better take this.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. So how do you plan, I'm just curious, to kind of leverage your strength and skills within this industry now that you're with us?
Okay. So with I would do more actually on public sharing education to attract more people to actually understand their health better. Yeah. Because that would be the door opener for people to actually realize what they are doing, whether it's enough or whether it's not enough. Right. So whether their supplements they're taking, is it enough or is it not enough? Are they doing the right thing? Because I see a lot of people that I know that I talk to them, right? They take like 15, 20 pills a day supplements. And I ask them, why are you doing this? They say, I don't know, it's just for general health. Actually, you don't have to. Yeah. Or even medicine itself, right? People are on 10, 15 pills a day. That's a nightmare. That's really just putting so much toxin in your body, right? that your first two kidneys, your kidneys and your liver will be gone over time. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this public awareness has to be raised, not just I can't do it alone, right? So that's why we form this community, this amazing community. We can go out there and we can share with people, and we can attract more people to come in that are like-minded.
Wow, I definitely will be inviting you more often, man.
Thank you.
When are you coming to Singapore?
We're planning. Yeah, definitely will come by. Yeah.
Okay, then one very important question to ask. Actually, before I start Zoom just now, without the recording bit, right? There is already a few of our brand partners in, right? And one of the ladies actually also mentioned this. I've been using like for 3 months, 4 months already, right? I haven't seen like kind of a result, right? In herself, the husband or the daughter. I would just say that what would be your advice or your recommendation? Because just now when you are here, you mentioned like 3 months later, go do blood test or 6 months later. So it's not something, right, that we are looking at as per like immediate overnight results.
Yeah.
So what would you actually share or recommend or advise?
Okay. Sorry, who's the lady just now?
Just now there is lady, actually I forgot her name. Just now there is a lady who mentioned, were you here with me already?
Yes. But I can't
Christine, yes, Tian
Christine.
Hong.
Okay.
Tian
Okay.
Hong, yes.
If you don't mind, can I ask Christine a few questions so that I can help her to
Yes, sure. Christine, would you like to unmute yourself?
Hi, hello.
Hi, Christine.
Yes.
Yes, Christine, maybe you just share with me a bit about what are the health challenges that you are actually going through. You, your husband, you say your daughter is also using it, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
No, it's just that somebody actually recommend my husband this after the friend actually when he met his friend, he saw that he slimmed down by a lot. Then the friend just said, "Oh, you go and buy this item," not telling him where. So I start to source for this item, and I found this Kenneth Chan. So he actually came to my house and actually introduced me this product. So when I do all my research and looking at all the Jinglongs, so I was so convinced that, oh, it really can improve our stem cells. So I start using from then, you see.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, so personally, do you have any health challenges that you are going through right now that you're trying to basically reverse?
I have knee issue.
Knee issue.
On my right side, my meniscus tear, so I went to have my operation. Then
Right.
I'm using the other leg more. So
Right.
when I climb up the staircase, I find that, oh, gee, I'm having knee pain, and I got problem walking up the staircase. So it does help, I think.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But
That's a
there's
good.
one thing I always still having is my rheumatism, 风湿.
Right. 风湿.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's a healing crisis, but it still come very often. Like every now and then, I still feel that I have got this rheumatism.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Christine, you raised up a very good point here. And why do you actually feel that the rheumatism is coming on and off, on and off?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on and off. Yes.
And off. Okay. I would like to give you a very short example. Easy to understand that we are actually inputting a lot of toxins into our body daily, right? Our food is
Yes.
polluted, the air is polluted, the water is polluted, correct?
Yeah.
So that is damaging our DNA every single day. Right or not?
Yeah.
So then X39 works in a way where it helps to repair our damaged DNA round the clock. Okay. So then when you're experiencing that kind of pain on and off, so what happens is that your body is actually undergoing repair every single day. Yeah, it's actually countering the effect of that rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. So then rest assured that whatever that's happening in your body, right, it's basically helping you to repair your entire system.
Okay.
Yeah. So every day your system is being repaired. That is for sure.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Well, one more question.
Yeah.
I think during my younger days, due to work stress, family stress, I take a lot of Panadol, you see, because every month I will have very, very bad headaches. Yeah. So I think it's all this, it appear on my hands, I have a lot of like lao len pan. But on my face, luckily it's okay. So I'm still waiting. I was looking at it every day, even today with my spec on. I said, oh, my hand is still quite bad.
Yeah.
I hope one day, this will slowly fade off. Maybe it
Okay.
takes time. And it will heal the more important part first, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. So stem cells are very intelligent. Our body is a very intelligent system. So then stem cells will actually prioritize the work to see what to fix first. Yeah. So give it time. If you use it long enough, you definitely see a lot of improvements.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
One more last question. My bowel is still not as good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
because I always see people, they can go toilet very at ease every day, but I still have this issue.
so you have constipation issue.
Yeah.
How regular do you go to the toilet?
I need to rely on some, something, then I can go normally. If not, maybe 2-3 days.
2-3 days.
Yeah.
What are you fetching at the moment?
X39 Aeon. Then sometimes I put carnosine, glutathione. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you have the Jindong's 6+6 approach?
Have. Yeah.
And
I use after 3 months, then I start using all this. I use
yes,
X39 and Aeon for more than 3 months first. Yeah.
that's good. That's good. So
Yeah.
there is a protocol for constipation, which is energy.
Yeah, I did. I use that at times, like very, very bad. I will use the EE.
Okay.
It helps,
Does it?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So
Okay.
then, because it helps to basically give you the energy for your
Correct.
lazy hour.
Correct. So I was
Yeah.
thinking, what's wrong with me? How come I still have this issue? You see, because most people like their bowels is very good.
Yeah.
On the Okay,
Yeah.
I will consistently use it, and it will, I will try using it.
Yeah. So after speaking to you, you do see some results, positive results.
Yes.
Yeah, just give it time. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, that was, I must say, yeah, thank you so much, Jinhua, because that's a very powerful exchange. Because, and you notice like Tianhui, right, Christine, you were just saying that, hey, how come the patches hasn't worked on me? We're actually hearing the conversation you have with Jinhua. It does work on you on certain aspects, maybe not to the level, right, that you would expect it to be for now.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
yeah, so that's really cool. So secondly, what I'm also hearing from Chinhua is that it's really a lot of patience, right? We just got to, sometimes we want the bowel to be the priority, whereby something else, that the stem cells is trying to repair. So it's just trust and patience in it.
Okay.
But thank you so much, Tinhui.
Thank you.
Okay, I saw something over here because we have not much time left, about 7 minutes. I saw a question, right, Sheila? That was it, Isabel?
Yes, it is me.
Yes.
I would,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
I would really love to ask. Well, I was really excited just now about the question that was asked by Christine, and she was mentioning how she has RA, right, rheumatoid arthritis. I think I heard that correctly, and and Xinhua was explaining how this is something that, because we are getting toxins into our body every day, basically whatever we are patching is trying to remove those toxins. And my experience with LifeWave has been, I started using it, I think sometime in September, for about a month until it finished. And then I was so busy with other things, I didn't immediately continue. I continued again maybe 4 or 5 weeks later. But I was seeing immense improvements. I felt so, the RA is an autoimmune, and it attacks the joints, and there's stiffness and there is swelling, sometimes in pain. My RA started in 2019. So by last year, I didn't really have much of the stiffness was getting better. Pains were almost gone, and no more swellings. But when I started taking the LifeWave, it got so much better. I was joking. I feel like a new body. I could run down the stairs coming out of an MRT station, and I could feel how I could just move with ease, and even, it felt like dancing. It was really amazing, and could make a fist and snap fingers and all of that. And then this year, when the offer came for the energy enhancer, and also because the lady who sponsored me, or rather whom I joined, Pauline, she was sharing how for her the energy enhancer is amazing, and that's all she takes together with the X39. And so I thought, well, energy is something that I do need to have more. And then her sponsor also shared that there is it's the CPR, right? No, CRP.
CRP, yes.
That's the one, right? Yeah. That also does like works miracles and stuff. And well, I got excited about everything. More energy definitely is a good thing. And if I can get even better, let's do that. And so I started the first 5 days, and I was doing X39. I was using the energy enhancer, and ion and aeon, and within 2 or 3 days, I started feeling the same pains that I had felt in the beginning when I got my RA. Shoulder pains, really stiff, so much so that I couldn't sleep sideways on my shoulders, on my side, because my shoulders were painful. My wrists really starting to hurt again. Pain in the wrist, which I hadn't really experienced for a long time. That was back. And the worst is the left knee. And overall tiredness, overall feeling just, nothing, no energy during the day, and also feeling like in the beginning I felt like hopeless and helpless, and because this whole thing took over my life, and I was starting to feel like that again, because and so I did 5 days, and I was starting on the second round until I realized, well, this got to be because of this detox that I'm doing. And Patrick actually said, if you feel so bad, you should stop. And so I stopped it, and I just carried on with X39 and Aeon. However, it's not as bad, but if I say it was at 100, maybe now it's at about 80. It has not gone all the way, and I'm just scared of continuing, because it could be a healing crisis, and if you carry on, then you'll be well. But if this brings back symptoms that I used to have that I did no longer have for a while, I'm afraid that it could really lead me all the way to the beginning, and then I have to start all over again. So I would like to understand, is this normal? What should I do? I still have, 2/3 of the pack or more. And I don't dare go near it.
Right.
Got it. Yeah.
So, Isabel, thanks for sharing. So, okay, when we talk about healing crisis, right, our expectation in layman, meaning that our body heal once and that's it. So the energy level, which is low, for example, it goes up high, right? So our understanding as layman, it will continue to be high. Actually, that is what we understand, okay, as layman, even myself, right? But when I look into what healing crisis really means, is that when our body is so toxic every single day, it works to clear out the garbage in our system every single day, right? We will go through rounds and rounds of healing crisis. So when you say that, oh, you went back to where you first started, right? I would say congratulations, because you are going through another round of healing crisis to basically clear up your garbage again. Yeah. So because of the years of accumulation, think about this, right? In our body, since young, right? So that kind of accumulation and toxin, it's really, really damaging. Yeah. So then the patches works in a way that you have to give it a longer period of time, for it will never entirely clear out whatever that is in our system. Yeah. But what it does is it can reverse the conditions of our organs, the health of our organs. Yeah. So continue to do what you are doing and don't stop, even when you feel so tired. That is a very good sign.
So are you also saying that I should actually go back to doing the energy enhancer as part of the CRP? Is that advised?
Okay.
Because if that is what caused it, and it's actually showing that something is happening in my body that needs to come out, that kind of thing.
Fix, yeah. I would suggest for now you continue on with X39 and Aeon for at least 3 months first. Restart again, and then add on after that the CRP that you were doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So try that out and see how you progress after that.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very
I
much for this
appreciate.
conversation, right? Because it's 9:30. I also want to honor the time that we
Yes.
set. But
Yes, yes, yes.
before that, let me just kind of to summarize a little bit, right? So firstly, I just want to thank Chin-Hua as well, because I didn't expect him to be so generously also answering questions, right? Because it was really meant to like, you know, have him share a little bit on his journey. Just curious about how he embarked on this and chose to embark on this full time. So as we land and to end this evening, I think this is just the beginning of a start, right? We are a community whereby we can be supporting and helping one another. Yeah. So as we do patching, one of the things I also want to remind all of us is to drink enough water, right? Drink lots of water, because that helps in the cellular communication. And just to share with Tian Hui just now as well, Christine, that I also have a lot of bowel situations, right? And I noticed that as I embark on CRP, it always helps. But I also do kind of like a couple of rounds. Okay, so if anyone over here who is new, you want to find out more about CRP, please speak to the sponsor, right? Or the person who introduced you here. I would like to close tonight with actually just a sharing of what's happening currently. Let me just kind of quickly open that up. This is actually what's happening this week. And I thought since we were on Zoom that I can give you the information right now over here. That for this week, we have got the PIB boost, right? That already started today at 2 p.m. and will end on March the 4th. And what it simply means is that this is the usual product introduction bonus that as you enroll your friends and the people who newly come in, that you can earn as commissions, right? For introducing, for sharing. And during this one whole week, right? Give a boost over here, get bonus. This so-called the extra bonuses you can get. So I'm not going to go through here, right? It's probably in your email if you're a brand partner, or if not, ask the friend who introduced you here. But this is what you can look at in increasing rather, right, your income for this week over doing the same thing and taking the same actions. That's what I mean. All right, thank you so much. I saw James online. James, is there anything that you could share that we want to end off for this evening?
Yes, thank you, Chin-Hua. Thank you, Alice, for picking up the Zoom. But just a note, as when you hear what's happening, right? Every one of us is unique. So hence, the results that we are getting from the patches also will differ, right? The only thing I want to encourage is continue to use, right? It takes a while for the body to adjust to the new environment, right? Just like Alice said, continue to hydrate yourself on a regular basis. Thank you all so much for your time. Isabel, the recording will be available. I'm not sure which team you belong to. You may want to ask whoever invited you to the Zoom. We will gladly share the video with you.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
everyone.
and I just want to end on with this, James, is
Yeah.
that it's important that we get connected together as a community. Because as we go through this patching journey on our own, sometimes, I know what you mean, right, Isabel? It can feel a bit scary. So what happens is when you actually speak up and you share, it makes a lot of difference in your level of trust and confidence as well. So I just want you to know that we have avenues that you can do that. Like on Monday to Friday, we also have got Jing Long's Zoom, where he does his open mic of Q&A, that feel free to go up, on Zoom to actually ask. So just to let you know that there is support everywhere, but you just need to ask. Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
you very
everyone.
much.
Thank you for staying over time. And thank you, Sheila, for looking at over my chat group tonight. And Chin-Hua, thank you, buddy. See you soon. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.